Am I
So
backstage?
backstage now, we not backstage no more. We on the front stage. So
What's up?
I don't know if you can see live right there in the corner.
I see it.
All right. So then from there, you'll basically see how many people tapping in and chiming in with the I button, with the little I thing. Do you see the little I thing next to it? To the live, it say live, and then it have like an I thing. It kind of tells you how many people are in the live.
Oh, I can't see that on my iPad for whatever reason.
Okay, you may not be able to see it at all because I'm the broadcaster, so that's probably why. You know what I'm saying? So ain't
But I
no.
can't. Okay. Okay. You'll have to tell me how many people are in the live.
All right, so right now we don't have nobody in the live. We're gonna let everybody, slowly, come on in. Hey, yeah, hey, I'm on live right now. Me and my cousin Tiff the tax lady is on
Hey,
live.
if y'all are on my
So
Instagram page, I'm
you
live
can see right
on
now
YouTube.
because the interview is about to start.
Um,
Go to YouTube
yeah, I'm
Live
live
or
now on
Facebook
YouTube.
Live. Loopy G.
So
Y'all come on this way and go on the live on here. Cause we're gonna be really chopping it up. And this way, like I said, on YouTube and Facebook, y'all will be able to interact. So,
I feel like Instagram doesn't get the better view, but hey, it
huh?
is what it is. Come to YouTube. I
Yes,
have the page.
YouTube, man. YouTube did the best. One of the best things about YouTube and going live is that whenever and Facebook when they comment, I can be able to put it up right here on the screen, so you'll be able to see everybody comment.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
well I can't wait to see that.
right, so everybody come to Lupa G REI channel. We're live right now. So yeah, we just gonna kind of just kick it a little bit, kind of let a few people get up in here, give everybody a couple minutes. Then from that we gonna turn it up and we're gonna chop it up. How you feeling over there?
I'm good. I'm good. Um, I had a chill day. I mean, of course, I worked my butt off, but it was good. It was nice and balanced.
Nice and balanced. That's a great thing because hey, in the corporate world, and that's what we're gonna be talking about, being in corporate America. Shit, it takes a lot of balance. You know what I'm saying? So balance, hey, balance it goes that goes for everything.
Yeah, it goes for
The
everything.
balance of a healthy balance as far as your lifestyle, as far as what you eat, all
Exactly.
types of stuff. Balance is the key.
It is. It
You know
is.
what I'm saying? Hey,
Without the balance, it's hard to excel to the next level that you think you're ready to go to.
right. We got a few people chiming in. Everybody, I want y'all to just chill for a minute and relax because we actually gonna dig deep into it in a hot little second. I got my cousin here, Tiffany Robinson, A.K.A. Tiff the tax lady, and we're gonna be talking about strategizing like a CFO. So we're gonna dive into that in a little bit. We kind of want to let a few more people click in and tune in. But yeah, this is my real life cousin, my cousin in real life, and
We cousins for real.
yeah, we cousin for real. And she, hey, like we rock tough. And the crazy thing is we've been MIA, for about a year and a half or so. And within this amount of time, I done transformed the Loopy G on her, and she knows nothing about it. So this right here is surprising to her, and like she have no clue of this. So she knows me by Jonathan. So she was like, I want to know if it's okay to who I call you. I gotta call you Loopy. I'm like, nah, you call me who you been calling me. Like, hey, ain't nothing fake about me, but that Lupe G is something serious and it's very real. Cause
Yeah.
I put that on black, I put that on black and white, and I stand behind that, and I mean that. And with that being said, if y'all don't know what y'all should be drinking, if I were y'all, I'll go to the nearest high-end restaurant or your grocery store or something that sell high-end glass bottles of water, and I suggest you get this right here. It's called Aquapana, and it's imported from Italy, the best water in the world, aka Lupe water. Yes, I have my own water. It may not have my name on it. There's a lot of people drinking it, and they send me pictures and they say, "Hey, Loopy, I'm drinking that Loopy water." So yeah, go get this water, the best water on the planet. I got bottles of this shit everywhere. So
That's some
yeah,
good water. I've been drinking some different water. I had a feeling you was gonna talk about water because I feel like when it comes to water, you're low key bougie on the water now. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it because you're doing it from a well-informed place. I was so ready to show you my water. Should I show you the kind of water that I'm drinking right now? Because I feel like you're going to have shit to say about it. You know
go ahead here with it. So everybody, y'all come to my YouTube channel. We're on YouTube Live right now. I have Tiff the Tax Lady.
This is what I've been drinking, y'all.
Yeah. So when you go to Whole Food Market, if they don't have this right here, I'll grab that sometime.
You'll grab this, the Mountain Spring Valley.
That's bottled in the U.S., but that's actually good water. That water has been tested.
It is. What about this water?
Nah, that's trash.
You think this is trash?
Well, it's in a plastic bottle.
I know, but the way they ship it, it's in the refrigerated.
That's trash.
Yes,
where it come from? Where it come from? You need to read where it come from. What's in the water? If it's ingredients in the water, that's trash. You see?
Well, I also been buying my distilled water.
Yeah, America. She don't want to. I got people following Luca right away. So she read the ingredients there, everybody. She ain't want to say what was in the ingredients. I was like, if it have ingredients in it.
I got time to read all that just now.
Yeah. So look, the best water on the planet. So you get some of this right here. Hey, the other water that she have in that glass bottle, I don't endorse them or anything like that.
But I'm good with this.
About this right here, but that is some good water. So if I can't find this, if I'm on a hunt for this and I can't find this, and I'm searching. In other
words, get you some water in the glass.
Get you some water in a glass bottle and make sure it's from a reputable source. You see what I'm saying? So
this is some good water.
Some great water, but this is the greatest. Look at water.
I've tasted that water before. It's only available at Specs. It's not available at H-E-B.
Right. So speaking of Specs, I have to actually rent something tomorrow to put all the water that I'm about to buy tomorrow. Man, they got a pallet for me. So I buy mine by the pallet. You know, I've been drinking this water for about 3 years now. Like 3 years. I'm strong on this water. And you know how I buy this water. I buy about a box.
I know. I was just thinking, like, maybe if we all bought the water together, we could save. And
man, what I'm trying to do is, you see how I'm promoting Loopy water?
Can you get a sponsorship for the Loopy G?
That's the goal, is to actually get a water deal with these people. So mark my words, Loopy G.
I think you can do it, actually.
Hey, Loopy G will be getting a deal with these people. I already reached out to them. They already they already have accepted me. Somewhat, trying to let me know.
Why you gonna say somewhat?
Because they can't directly say, hey, this is how you get to be sponsored.
Okay, got it.
So they're trying to direct me without directing me, because it's people I have to get in touch with before I touch them. So what they did was broke it down to me a little bit, told me that they appreciate it. Then they sent me some free coupons for full value water, and I haven't even used those yet, because what Loopy need is a lifetime supply. I get that shit to my dogs. My dogs drink that water. So yeah, we for real about that shit.
Now's the time to do that. Like, now's the time to, like, if you got a platform or whatever to do product placement. That's what I think.
So we gonna get right up into it. See what I told you about this platform. Like, we haven't even got into the interview yet, and we just chopping it up. So now we really need to get a grip on what we got going on. Straight nose dive up into this interview. So everybody on here, go to Loopy G REI. I have it pinned right there at the bottom. Go to my YouTube page. I want y'all to subscribe. Come on in. Let's chop it up. Or go to Facebook, whichever platform you like best. So the interview is about to start right now. So Tiffani, you've been dubbed as Tiff the tax lady because you do taxes, but tell everybody a little bit about Tiffani Robinson, what led you to becoming a tax lady, and a little bit about what you have going on right now, let's get into the interview. So Tiff, who is Tiff?
Who is Tiff?
Right,
Only my
right.
family call me Tiff. It be like new people calling me Tiff, and that's a little weird, but y'all the only ones that call me Tiff. If you calling me Tiff, that's a little too much on the first, like when we first meet. So don't be telling the people I'm Tiff. But yeah, so they do call me Tiff the Tax Lady online. My name is Tiffani Robinson. I've been in corporate finance for over 16 years, and I actually have been in the small business space supporting, as an entrepreneur, supporting small businesses for a little bit longer. I recently made the decision to go like step both feet in, because at first I had one foot in and one foot out in entrepreneurship, running my own offices that provided accounting and tax services. And that's how I became Tiff the Tax Lady. Like, you can't go up to none of my colleagues and none of my old jobs and try to call me Tiff the Tax Lady, because that's not how they know me there. You know what I mean? I started providing tax services to a lot of people in our community. And the funny thing about people in our community is they'll give you a nickname. So I was just the tax lady, you know what I'm saying, forever. And I was like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? I guess I don't have a name. So it's Tiff the Tax Lady. Can I say damn on here?
Yeah, you say
Okay.
where you want.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I don't
You
want
say this is my channel. If nobody like it, I don't give a shit.
to. So anyway, so I'm Tiff the Tax Lady online, and it just became very catchy online. People would always gravitate to the name, so I just never could let it go. And so that's now I use that platform to, even though I don't do tax planning and tax services individually anymore, I do it through a firm. I get a chance to still give tax tips, information, news that's still relevant that you would hear Tiff the Tax Lady give, and I do that online.
Okay. So I have a quick question. So as far as did you go to school to actually become a tax person?
I didn't. Well,
Okay.
initially my major was in finance.
Okay.
So my first degree is in finance. I went to U of H, University of Houston. Go Cougs! You know, that's for all my that's for all my Cougs.
You know what that?
I know, you know what I'm saying. I get a little crunk. Y'all, I feel like the people, can resonate with the feeling. I'm just happy. My ass graduated. Period. You know what I mean, and was able to get a halfway decent job when I came out. Because so many people didn't, but nonetheless, I went to U of H.
Y'all come to YouTube, Luke GREI right
So
now.
I went to U of H, and then I also went to University of Houston downtown, which UHD. Which when I first started, they was Gators. And, they went through a whole logo imaging thing. So we just UH downtown.
So you went to both. I remember
went to both.
Okay, so you went to both.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I went to both. And I probably did more damage at UH downtown academically than I probably did at U of H, because I was a little bit more mature by the time I had started taking some classes at UH downtown. And that group, that environment where people that already had jobs, already in finance, already in accounting, or maybe just in accounting and wanted to make the switch to finance. And so you just see a much more mature crowd. So I'm proud of what I did academically and like with the student body there. Loved finance, fell in love with it ever since my first class, and decided my first track at first was accounting, then go to law school. When I decided to take my first finance class, because I decided to take my first finance class, I think maybe sophomore year, I was hooked after that, because it opened my mind to things that already made sense to me. So I started out finance, and I later went back to get a CPA, because that's the first thing y'all want to ask. Do you have your CPA license? So I went back, and I fulfilled every requirement up to 2 classes. And by the time I got to those last 2 classes, it was a very important decision I had to make. And it was more so, I'm already in my career, got to keep the momentum going, or am I finna stop my momentum to finish these 2 classes and then take a test? So that's what my stuff was about.
Okay, so with you, hey, you started. I remember you starting your own tax services and stuff like that, and actually, providing service to the community by doing taxes. How long were you actually doing that?
12 years. Really, I took really my last clients, closing out my last book of businesses hasn't happened in 2020. Some people you've been supporting for so long, they need your guidance and handheld through the next step of the process. And so I tried to do that for as many of my older clients that been with me from day one.
Okay.
But yeah, I started doing that in '08, and I didn't even start out thinking I was going to do taxes. I'm thinking I'm just making some extra money doing some financials on the side for small business. I had no idea this was going to turn into me doing taxes and then doing Tip the Tax Lady and doing the CPA. That was none of that was.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that in '08,
Yeah.
but it
So
happened, and here we are.
hold on, Tiff. Hey, y'all go to my
What's
YouTube
up,
channel
y'all?
right now, and y'all come on and click in. That way, y'all can actually be able to interact, ask questions and stuff like that. I have my cousin on here, Tiffany Robinson, A.K.A. Tiff the Tax Lady. So y'all
What's
make
up,
sure y'all
y'all?
come to the live and y'all can interact. So I remember yesterday we was talking, right, and you was like, man, like it's so much more to me than just Tiff the Tax Lady. And they everybody it's right there, it's pinned, everything is pinned right there. YouTube Loopy G, so go to YouTube and put Loopy GREI and come on in right now, and make sure you subscribe, and then you can come on in and join in. So I remember we was talking, and you was like, man, being dubbed the Tiffany the Tax Lady is cool, but man, I'm so much more than that. And I was like, okay, so that's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about what's so much more part of that. That way, everybody can get an overall view of who you are and what you have going on as an individual out here. Because your network is your network. So what we're trying to do is bridge gaps and bring people together, through social media, and see if we can actually, connect these dots. So, I want you to hit everybody with this right here. Let everybody know why Tip the Tax Lady is not the whole picture. That's more branding for Tip. I want you to basically let everybody know what else you have going on, and just basically put the stamp on what you represent in a whole.
Yeah, Tiff the Tax Lady. The reason why I'm more than that brand that I created, Tiff the Tax Lady, is because really the true core of me is really always thinking about like financial strategy. And a lot of times when you think about like your tax person, that person is typically, in a box in terms of services when it comes to you going to a H&R Block, or you going to a tax person in our community. It's one of those things. It's like I go to that person for my taxes once a year. You pay for that service and probably that service only. And so a lot of times when people see the tax lady, they're not thinking even tax planning, tax strategy. A lot of times it's just all about the preparation to get a refund, depending on, depending on the circumstances. Some folks, they just want to make sure they don't owe Uncle Sam. So when a lot of good majority of the clients that I've serviced over the years, we've worked to get them to think outside of that. And a tax person doesn't just do that. Your tax preparer doesn't help you think strategically about your personal finances. They are just there to prepare your tax return. So I just found myself always gleaning on experience I got in corporate America, where we're strategizing and planning and analyzing everything. I found myself adding that same value even when running my business behind the scenes. That helped me a lot, knowing how to analyze data and looking at data to make decisions. I've been doing that because that's like finance 101. Your first job, you're doing some type of analysis, right? Real easy, basic stuff. So I wanted people to get more of that. And in order to do that, I had to create another brand to kind of get you out of the mindset of just taxes.
Okay, so basically break down to us what is the new brand? What is the new brand that Tiff have going on?
The new brand that I've been working on for some time, and some professionals have seen it in some development spaces, professional development spaces, and that's Strategize like a C.F.O. So Strategize like a C.F.O. is a platform that I've created that really teaches the not just your business owner, but a regular person how to start thinking more like a C.F.O. And it teaches you ways of how we do that. So it kind of gives you some inside game on how we strategize in the corporate arena, and you can apply that to your personal life or your business.
Okay,
So that's what it is.
so I have a question for you then that'll follow with that. So what's the difference between the old brand, the Tiff the tax lady, and the new brand, strategize like CFO. Break down what's the difference between the two. That way we can kind of know okay, this is the distinction between Tiff the tax lady. This is the distinction between that and strategize like CFO.
Yeah, if you go to Tiff the tax lady at Instagram right now, you'll find tax tips, you'll find some tax news, you'll find things related all to tax. Whether you're a business owner or whether you're an individual, you can go to that Instagram page. You're going to find some type of information that will now be on your radar that maybe should be new information, not old information, but we're constantly staying in the know and abreast of what's happening, not only the laws that's passed, but the laws they're thinking about passing. So when you come to that page, you get all of that. When you go to Strategize like a CFO, you're going to see some examples of CFOs that I respect, and CFOs that I think provide good examples of what or what not to do for your business. You know what I mean? And I highlight that. And when I go live, I try to give my audience, my followers, a lot of that. I break it down in a way where it makes sense to you. You know, the average person not looking at Bloomberg every day. So for me to go on there and see where other companies are using stratagem, things that I always push, and I'm able to talk about it, I feel like it adds more color. You know, for the average person that's not looking at that, it adds more color to them. And for the person that is, it's a great conversation that they can add value to by, commenting or, just being a part of the lives. And I love that. People respond all the time in my lives.
So I remember we was talking yesterday about this topic right here. What's the difference? The old brand of Tiff the tax lady and the new brand strategize like CFO. You was kind of giving me a breakdown about the strategizing like a CFO and you working with small businesses and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted you to break that down to where I can kind of ask you what is a small business to Tip, because I remember you basically touching up on that, working with small businesses for a while, and you
Right.
basically giving me the breakdown of what a small business was. So I kind
Yeah.
of wanted to touch on strategizing like a CFO for these small businesses and stuff that you were working with, and kind of let us know what's a small business to you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We were kind of like talking a little bit about like that. And the point is like a good majority of what I've done in corporate America, I tried to add value to the small business community via a few different outlets, teaching them how we strategize. Some of it is very basic, right? But it adds a lot of value. And so when I think about small businesses, and as I'm getting ready to say this, I'm also thinking about how fluid that definition is now. That definition has become very fluid with the PPP loans and the EIDL program. You have small businesses being looked at a different light because some have felt that the language that defines small businesses has been discriminatory or too vague, so vague that they find themselves competing in a space where they didn't think they would have to for long. So I say all that to say what I've considered small businesses to be in the past are really relative to size. You know,
I was assuming it was about the amount of people that worked in the business, and you said no, that's not what a small business is. So
right.
even myself as a small business owner is not about the numbers of the people that work with you. So that's why I really kind of want you to break all that down, because
Yeah.
myself as a business owner and me being a new business owner, a legit business owner, I'm like, wow, it hit me like shit. I had it all wrong. So give us the rundown on that.
Yeah, anytime I see small business categorized, it's either by organizational structure, which size, number, head count, and or revenue. You either being categorized, I didn't want to, in the state of Texas, doesn't even require you to pay taxes under $250,000 revenue if you're LLC. So that's
Repeat that one more time.
If you're an LLC in Texas, you're not required to pay franchise tax if you reported less than $250,000 or less in your gross revenue.
Okay.
So that can also be attributed to size. Like, you making less than $250,000 in your business, you've not broken to another barrier of,
you're not even scratching the surface of business, basically.
Right. That's very small. I would even say, like,
you just hurt my feelings a little bit, but I have to sit back and think about it. I'm like, nah, I got my shit. I've been turning it up. Yeah,
my feelings hurt. I mean,
no. I'm thinking about the numbers that I did last year, as far as just now starting as a business owner, because being a legit business owner, Tiff, like you know me, I come from the streets, so me transitioning into the real business world where structure and shit. When I came into this business last year, and shit, the numbers that I did last year, as me first starting off as a business owner, and really never had a business, but I had a business, I had businesses, but it wasn't like the type of business that really had a black and white structure. And once I figured that out, I was like, okay, now I'm thinking about the numbers I did last year and the numbers I'm doing this year. And the numbers I'm doing this year is going to be amazing numbers. So next year, man, I'm really looking forward to actually being a real live small business now that I'm talking to you and I know what a small business is. So yeah, y'all be on the lookout. Lupe G putting up goddamn numbers around here. I ain't playing no games. So next year, by the time next year come, man, like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna popping my collars and counting up dollars, just like my cousin just did. You see what I'm saying? We ain't turning nothing down but the collar. You know what I'm saying? So we make sure that as far as a small business structure, y'all have small business plans to go with those business structures. That way you can start figuring out the best way for you to elevate and delegate specific tasks, because that's one of the main things in the business that you're gonna do. So that's where Tiff come in at, and she's actually transitioning from just being Tiff the tax lady to Tiff the superwoman. So bam, she broke down.
You're the second person to say that, like, in the last 2 weeks, for real. People seem to think like I can live through anything.
Right, because you're a strong individual, you're a strong person, a strong woman. So we was talking about corporate finance, and so I want you to basically break down to the audience that will be watching this. Hey, Silo, yeah, come to the YouTube channel, cuz. Come to the YouTube channel. Like I got it cracking over here. So yeah, excuse me, yeah, that's cuz right there. But what is corporate finance? So I remember we was talking about corporate finance, and I was like, okay, you was breaking some stuff down about the small business, and you spoke on corporate finance. So we want you to hit us with what corporate finance is, and kind of give us your overall view of perspective and things like that.
Yeah, when I talk about corporate finance, that's really just like a structure that you'll see in any large corporation. You'll see it in privately held corporations as well. But it's just a structure that really focuses on the strategy for the company. It ensures that the company is in alignment with the strategy, because you can't talk about a vision or a mission without quantifying it. And so that's measured in a whole lot of different ways in the finance side of any organization. And that's what we're talking about there. We're talking about, not just strategizing for the next project or quantifying the next deal and making sure that the next deal is going to bring a certain amount of cash flows, but it's also saying with each individual project that we take on, how does that impact our financials and our financial health at the end of the day? And so that's what every public organization does it. And there's some other nuances that come along with it in terms of reporting, if you're public and things of that nature, and what gets seen by the street, so to speak, for those that are investors. So there's a process for that too. That's an arm of it. But the core of what I'm talking about is that.
Okay. So what are your strong points when it comes to handling corporate finances? Because that's what you do on a day-to-day basis, right?
Yep. Right now I do a lot of SEC reporting, which
What's that? What's that? What can you share some of these acronyms that
yeah,
you hitting us with? Because
SEC, the SEC is the Securities Exchange Commission.
okay,
So they are one of the arms that govern what a lot of investors are doing now, trades, how certain companies are valued on the market in terms of the way they report them. There's a lot of specific SEC reports that have to be filed. And you can go online and see there's a list. You have your 10Ks, 10Qs. I know we ain't talk about all that, but that's an arm of that's the side that I work on now. I don't work on 10Ks and 10Qs, but I work on some other SEC reports that are required now, because they keep changing stuff. So they've added additional reports, which is good, because then I get to get paid to file these reports. But
okay.
you know what I'm saying? So you have that. And so with the other aspects of finance, I would say my most favorite part, and the part I'm probably innately good at, is seeing a business unit high level from top down, seeing its financial functions, revenue lines, seeing that very clearly, and being able to forecast it out. So once I understand the business unit and I've gotten used to dealing with those numbers, probably for a good 3 months doing those month end, then you find yourself really knowing the business unit. And to me, that's what you can take that anywhere. But that's my favorite part, and that's more like controller type work.
Okay, so that means you come into a business, you start learning their infrastructure, and what you start doing is make sure that their pattern is staying on a projected rate or something like that.
You a part of measuring that. Like, you want me to give an example? Because I
Yeah.
could give an example, because this is like, if anybody even thinking about getting into finance, you now can see one aspect of it that we do. I'll give an example of Oxy. I don't know if people know about Oxy Petroleum. They're a large oil and gas company, and I found working there to be challenging when I first started. But what I learned is that they learned how to be the CFO. I was learning how to be a little mini CFO of one business unit, which was the South Texas business unit. So I go there on a consulting contract as an analyst, financial analyst, and I'm thinking I'm just going to be doing analyzing, which means looking at what numbers are last month and comparing them to what was forecasted. That's one type of analysis, but let's say there's several of those that happened at the end of the month. And then there's updates to a nice little report that goes to the controller and then goes to the CFO, so they can see And that small business unit report what that business unit did. Now they have 7 other different business units, but you're responsible for that one.
Okay.
And so that's an example of it. And so I knew all the rigs, all the assets they own. I always kept track of what Oxy was doing past that point, because I remember what deals were on the table when I left, what JVs they had, and so on and so forth. So a lot of fun.
What's up, World Solutions LLC?
What's up, World Solutions?
Yeah. What's up? So everybody, as y'all come in, y'all can leave y'all comments and stuff like that, and any type of questions. We can actually be able to do some Q&A later on if y'all have any questions. So I remember you just as far as what you're just telling us now, your strong points as far as corporate financing. I remember yesterday you was actually speaking on how that intertwined with working with shareholders and stuff that like. So I kind of want you to break it down to how you was doing you was handling the corporate finances, but then you were actually working with shareholders like real heavy back then. So I want you to talk about how you were working with shareholders within these companies back then.
Yeah, that's also a lot of fun. I actually started out my career really dealing more. I'm just now getting to the point where I'm back on the investment side. But when I first started out my career, I started out in that market where I was just focusing on the client, talking with the hedge fund managers. The hedge fund managers were our clients. The private banks were our clients when I was at JP Morgan. So I started my career. I didn't talk about my resume, and I don't want to say my whole resume, but just to highlight this. When I started out my career, I know I don't want to go through that, but it's on my website. Go to my website. But when I started out at JP Morgan in the structured finance department. So I wasn't working in the bank. There are jobs outside of the bank for JP Morgan.
So you working on the bank?
No, I wasn't working in the bank.
No, I didn't say that. I said you were working on the bank.
Yeah, on the bank. That's correct. That's a good way to say
it. Everybody, so that's one of the things I'm trying to do with my business. So like right now, it's like I still have a job because I'm doing a lot of stuff, and so that means I'm working in my business. And one thing I'm trying to do is make sure that I do not lose control and lose my traction. So my thing is constantly gaining traction, so I can get myself working in my business to buy my time back. And then what I do is just work on my business, and that comes with scaling up and actually being able to come up with new business plans. So I'm glad you said that, because that made me want to tell whoever's watching, the difference between working in something and working on something. So Tiff, the tax lady, was working on the bank, not in the bank. You know what I'm saying? So get back on that. Working on the bank and not in the bank, because that's good right there. You sound like that.
Yeah, working on the bank, which was a little different, even though, what I'm saying, I was an employee. But that's where I got my start doing a lot of that. And
working with shareholders, right?
Say that again. Working with shareholders, yeah.
So working on the banks got you working with shareholders.
Yeah. So transitioning that, when I got into consulting, I had an opportunity to go work in investor relations, which was a lot of fun.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun because I already knew about debt structures working at JP Morgan. I knew the ins and outs of that. So this was just me going to this job and being able to answer the investor relations line and deal with angry shareholders who didn't know to exchange whatever type of shares they had in while they were doing the restructuring. So a lot of times when these corporations are going bankrupt, they don't totally go bankrupt in the sense that we might think. They begin to restructure their debt.
Okay. So they don't they be playing bankrupt, but they just really be kind of moving and shifting stuff around so they can make sure they black and white is right.
That's correct. That's pretty much what happens. And that's pretty much I won't say that's pretty much what they was doing, but they had a court ordered debt restructuring plan that they were able to come up with.
So just to let everybody know, bankruptcy don't just mean you melting away. You know, sometimes
Yeah, shit. That's a clean slate.
yeah. Sometimes bankruptcy, can exactly and or shifting some stuff around so you can get your shit together on black and white.
Yeah, it's a lot that they do, for that or whatever. I'm gonna just stick to the restructuring for the purpose of this show, but that gave me an opportunity to talk to shareholders. Oh yeah, I actually keep forgetting the best part about that. When you work in investor relations, you forget that the C-suite is on like these earnings calls. So they have an earnings call every quarter and they are prepped for that call. So another part of my job, I totally forgot about this. I don't know why it just came up in my mind. But maybe because you beam like you looking at me like you better tell me everything you did on that job, girl.
No.
I'm just playing.
Like,
I'm just playing.
I'm trying to take this in because this is the content.
No,
You know,
yeah, I know. I'm just teasing. But it just made me remember for some reason, like when I was there, a part of an analyst role in investor relations department, which is different than being an analyst in another department. When you're in that department, you depending on how large the department is, which they're typically small, they're typically very small. No matter how large that organization is, that investor relations department is small. But which I learned. I didn't know that before for some reason. But nonetheless,
you thought everything was wide open, and it's not like that. It's
it's
very
not. It's not. That was even a unique opportunity for me to even get. Mind you, like I think I told you this before, the VP of investor relations was black at this organization. So, which at that time was Calpine. So I mean, it's not like I can't say the names. Calpine. It's on my resume on LinkedIn anyway. But you create the presentations that stay on the website. So actually, if you go back to 2008, third and fourth quarter earnings presentation, I created, me and Andre Walker. So that's there.
okay.
Mind you, you get input from, you're the liaison from other groups. So there's other groups that are creating charts and stuff like that. You're just the person that puts it all together in that department, and you vet it. You sit down with the C-suite and make sure that's the CEO and the CFO and the COO. So yeah, it was very, I mean, it's funny that you asked me about that or whatever. I felt like that was good experience and exposure because, up until that point, I hadn't had that much visibility in such a large organization, which there, you right there on the spot, and you have to prep them with the Q&A. So that means with all the hedge fund analysts that call you on that line, because hedge fund managers call too, because those shares are in those funds. So they are calling too. It's a lot of people calling that investor relations line. If you are an investor and you want to like really grill or get a good rundown of the shares you're buying, don't tell nobody I told you this, but you can go directly to the investor.
If you ain't supposed to say nothing, this live. I'm
It is live. It is live.
Yeah.
But don't tell nobody I told you this, but you can go to their website.
She ain't said this, y'all.
I ain't saying this. You can go to their website. You can go to their investor relations website. You can see all of the financial data. It's all available for the public.
Okay.
And so is the investor relations line. It's available to the public. So you can go through the financials and not understand shit and call up the line and be like, hey, I'm trying to buy 1,000 shares, but I don't understand. Of course you want to make sure you have some type of, professionalism about you when you call, because you're calling well-educated people, but they'll be happy to talk to you about a new press release that came out or something like that, because mind you, they're in the know of all that they all correlate and go together. So yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. So where are you now in corporate America?
In corporate America now, I work for a public accounting firm. I work for a public accounting firm. They're international. I enjoy it because I get to still do finance work. So even though I think the way in which we think, or the way I even thought about public accounting, has changed. simply because of what I'm seeing now. Now
So
I'm seeing
what are your thoughts
different.
on public accounting at first, prior to now? What's the difference between your whole thought process?
Prior to, like, before, you would see public accounting firms like focus on certain services. You would see them focusing on audit. You would see them focusing on advisory, but not as much. You would see them. I'm finna drink my water out the plastic thing. This what I got left. I done ran out of the spring water.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm trying to get that deal before the end of the year, so I'm.
Evermore or any
Hey,
one of them can give me a deal. I drink the water on camera.
hey, if y'all haven't drunk this water, y'all, I suggest y'all go find this water ASAP. Drink it. Holler at me. Let me know that you drunk it. This is Aquapana, A.K.A. Loopy water. So yeah, best water on the planet. Make sure you get the glass bottle. All right. All right. So that's where you at in corporate America. Let me ask you this, because this is something that I'm asking everybody right now that I'm actually talking with. I want to know what's going on with them. And since this whole pandemic thing, like, have the corona affected the industry you're in?
Yes, it affected the industry I'm in terms of the way we operate. Of course, with me being in public accounting, and my particular client is in investment management. So with that being said, those are two businesses that are not deemed essential, however they are. And they were also jobs that are now considered what we call teleworking jobs. I don't know if you even seen that term yet. Have you seen it yet?
No, that's just like, webinar became the new phrase. It went from seminar to webinar. So,
right.
hit me with it, because I want to know, because I don't want to be in last place.
I was in last place when I read it on Wall Street Journal, because I was like, I ain't even heard about this. Like, this is some news. Y'all just making up shit now.
Yeah,
and
that's the great thing. We can make it up as we go, and
we can. Now that's true.
Everybody that's watching, I have
this isn't the best view.
Hold that thought real quick, because I actually have a brother named JJ Simmons had put a post. He was talking about a piece of property, and he made up the whole scenario, and he was manifesting something. He was basically telling everybody that property was his already. He closed on it. He was gonna close on it with no money down or none of his money, period. And he was gonna get the funding to put 3 houses on it. And then he turned around and told everybody it haven't happened yet. But can you see that vision? Can you see how that can happen? Because in real estate, you make it up as you go, and you don't have to use any of your money and stuff like that. And he knows the process to doing real estate, right? So the crazy thing is, he was getting negative feedback because people were saying that it was like he was saying some fraud, and wasn't nothing fraud about it, because in this business
he was just politicking.
No, he was telling everybody what you can do. You can actually go and look at a piece of land and basically say, hey, I know I can pay this much for it. Let me reach out to the seller, get this for no money down without using my credit, get them under contract, go to get funding, get private money, get funding, put a building right there for a certain amount of money, because they already know that they're going to get their money back as soon as the structure go up. And basically he structured a whole owner finance or lease option type deal in his mind, to where that he
could manifest
it. It takes 6 to 9 months to build a house. He made up a whole vision to get the property under contract and have it leased on the finance for a few years, to where that they just give him all the time in the world with the property for free. He put buildings on the property with private money that he don't have to use, and then he get those houses sold. That all happens in real estate, so wasn't nothing fake about it.
Yeah.
So he had got some negative feedback on it. So
he got negative feedback from trying to give his idea momentum.
Right, exactly. But he was basically doing it for educational purposes, letting people know, don't just sit at home and not do nothing, because you can actually go and just look at something and come up with a whole plan and make it up as you go, and it actually works.
Hey, I agree. I've been there, and I done did it that way before too.
So yeah, hit us, man. I got thrown all the way off right there because
When I
man,
said teleworking job,
teleworking. You said
yeah,
they making it up
teleworking.
as they go.
They are making this shit up as they go. Teleworking, but they been had this. They just, I feel like certain terms get created through journalism, and then either they take off or they don't. So this is one that just
Took
they
off.
had to call it something. Um, but anyways, teleworking jobs are jobs that are easily done online. That's a
Mm,
job that probably will never go back to the office.
mm,
Probably.
yeah.
Because a large percentage of companies are not going back. So that's how I'm impacted. I'm not only in public accounting, but I was given a client that's in investment management. So if you look online, you can look and see the number of hedge funds that they aren't going back to the actual office. Um, all kind of people, all kind of office personnel. They can do it effectively from home. So there's no need to pay the commercial lease anymore.
So it's gonna. So do you see it really stand like it is as far as people working from home, not going back to the office? Cause man, like I'm seeing like Neiman Marcus and all that stuff closed. Hey, come to my YouTube channel right now. I have Tiff the tax lady on here, my cousin. So y'all come on here and we chopping it up about money, financing and stuff like that. So yeah, like seeing like Neiman Marcus close and stuff like that, and then they have a polo and all these people shutting down stores and stuff. People not gonna be going to work like for real. Like all the people that had like jobs like summertime jobs, our youth and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's a wrap.
Yeah, like the people that when like now fast food, yeah, but what about the people that will work at the little clothing department stores and stuff like that? A lot of those people gonna be messed up. It's tough
Yeah.
out here. They-
Yeah, it's definitely making businesses more autonomous. They already been predicting that, so it's not like the they already been doing that. You got companies like Taco Bell is already prepared to be autonomous. They already have like their test franchise stores that they only need to hire one manager, and
Mhm.
that one manager just presses the buttons, and that one manager gets paid. I think like close to 100,000 or like right at it, but they actually are the franchise, just that manager. So you see companies doing that. Um you see retail industry is just broken down. They got to restructure all they did.
Wow, like
Um
for real.
it's like every industry is being hit. I read about another hedge fund closing down the other day. I'm like, how the hell a hedge fund closed down in the middle of a time when
Come to my
hedge
youth.
funds are doing well? So
I'm on.
that was odd. So yeah, the commercial real estate industry is going to change tremendously. They have to figure out how to repurpose a bunch of buildings that already been forecasted for decades. That ain't no short term business. So they cash flow is forecasted out.
Right, and that's what people like me come in because I'm a real estate investor. So hey, y'all come to YouTube right now. I'm on live with my cousin Tiffany Robinson, aka Tiff the tax lady, aka Strategize like a CFO, is on here right now. Hey, Antho, I see you on here, boy. Hey, I told you I wasn't gonna play out here, man. You supposed to be right here collecting these houses and getting these bags with me, man. Come on, let's get it. So y'all come to YouTube right now and get this value. So that got me thinking about what we had talked about. We was talking yesterday, and we was basically speaking about investment management companies, right? So I basically want you to kind of break it down to everybody. What is an investment management company? And before you just jump right into it, I want you to lead us into what is a investment management company and how you were dealing with investment management companies and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, investment management company is nothing but a company that manages assets, and those assets are really majoritively what you see a lot of times, or more most people can relate to, is like we just talked about hedge funds, different portfolios, different funds. different funds that the average person is investing in via their 401k or some other fund, that's what an investment management company would do, would maintain the fiduciary responsibility for the shareholders.
Hold up, you say
And
fiduciary? Say that
yeah,
again.
fiduciary.
Fiduciary.
Yeah, fiduciary.
People that don't know what fiduciary is, like me, what does fiduciary mean? That's I need to
When
put.
we say we maintaining the fiduciary responsibility, we're saying we're acting on behalf of the shareholder first and ensuring, because hedge fund
Like
managers can't
power
just,
of attorney or something like that. You basically kind of
no,
grant.
that's called a, no, that's called a trustee. That's
Yeah,
what it's
yeah, yeah.
called.
That's what I kind of was
Yeah.
saying. Is that kind of like what it is, a trustee?
Yes, a trustee. That's what they
Oh,
call
yeah,
it. It's a
it's a form of
trustee.
trustee.
Yeah.
Right. So I kind of knew it was somewhere off up in that range.
So you have that part of it too.
Right,
Under investment management, you have that arm of it. Some of them offer TPA. They offer a number of things, but overall, they help manage.
So for the people that need it basic like me, you know what I'm saying? Fiduciary actually means
Fiduciary.
it's like they're playing a trustworthy position to actually be able to say, hey, I'm making sure this is straight for this person.
And then that's your legal obligation. So like in the agreement, it says the trustee is this, and the trustee is supposed to do this. So again, you can't just let the hedge fund managers do as they will. Simulations are ran. That's we'll come back to the financial modeling. That's ran and things like that to determine, is this what we're supposed to be doing or not?
That's my boy Glenn. You know,
Who was that? I didn't see the thing.
Yeah, my boy Glenn.
Self-finance a new build using OPM, my goal.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. People like us, with zero down, with zero down. So that's the goal, to take down these properties using OPM, which is other people money, and then putting zero money down. That see my cousin don't really know what I've been doing. So
I do know you've been wholesaling.
No. It's more than just wholesaling. We taking over properties, just like this townhouse I'm in, using little to no money. And this one right here, me and my boy just took this one down with zero money down, and we're gonna be Airbnb in it. So that's what I'm over here doing, getting it prepared for Airbnb. You see what I'm saying? You use it. Yeah. So we definitely gonna be chopping it up about that, because your cousin out here doing some real stuff, and that's one of the talking about with all these buildings that you're just saying. People not able to utilize these buildings is people like me that know people that have some money. See, the corporate people don't know the underground people that have cash. So that's what comes. That's how people like you and we come together, and you fooling with the corporate, I fool with the streets, so we bring it together, and voila, we're now able to take down properties and construct like real deals together, with you bringing in the corporate, and I can bring in the people with cash that can put down. We're structured a deal to where that we put no money down, but we gonna structure a deal. I'm gonna structure a deal with the streets to where the streets bring me the money and put the money down, and you structure the deal with the actual corporate people to where we put no money down, and then we come together like that. So this is a business that I was telling you still can get intertwined, because investments and stuff like that. Investment is an investment, and corporate America and the streets is basically the same thing. It's just people like you and I that need to put the bridge the gap, put it together. So
I agree. That's good.
What are one of your core values? Something that you're standing strong on. Not something you just now starting to stand strong on. I want to know something that's one of your core values that you've been living by forever. You know what I'm saying? Something you stand for.
Yeah, I stand for, my moral code is really based a lot on integrity. I feel like, that's where a lot of small businesses miss the mark. They can't get past the 2 or 3 year mark because they don't have enough consistency. And they really go hand in hand, but integrity for me is huge. Integrity is a requirement in my corporate arena. So it's not even like, oh, I'm saying that. proven over time I have a high level of integrity and I operate by it. I've had to do it in corporate. I've had to do it in my own business, and that's really all about what you're doing when nobody really looking. That's
Right.
not really something that
You have to be still doing the same shit. You have to be doing shit that makes sense to not only you but to the world, right?
yeah. And then like when you're making certain moves in your quiet time, like we talked about balance earlier or whatever, but when you're keeping yourself balanced, it's real easy to maintain your integrity level. And I probably said this before, but a whole lot of people ask you to do like a whole lot of bullshit. And if you don't have a way to use your mind, other people will use it for you because they'll be like, "Ooh, damn, she's smart." You know what I'm saying? I can get her to do X, Y, and Z, and the intentions are not for you to win or level up. You know what I'm saying? So
You doing smart shit for somebody else, and that'll be dumb if you're not, capitalizing off of it also.
yeah, you have to. You have to like even and like I was thinking about this the other day, and I guess I'm thinking about it a lot now because so many people are like pushing entrepreneurship and stuff like that. And I'm probably saying so much in just this one question, but it's on my mind now. It's like there's a place for corporate, there's a place for entrepreneurship. They're all a part of capitalism. You know what I'm saying? They're all a part of the structure. And I think no matter if you start out, because I've heard of people that start off as entrepreneurs and then they go to corporate and they have a flourishing career in corporate, but that's because they've taken principles here and applied them here. And I just feel like that's one of the things that I've done is taking the principles from corporate while I kept both feet in, taking the principles from corporate and adding them here. And that's what we're talking about, bringing them together, because there are things you learn in that structure, even though people have an emotional feeling when it comes to corporate, because they like, okay, corporate has glass ceilings, corporate don't want black folks in it, this and that. However, if you take your emotion out of it and pay attention to how they actually strategizing and doing stuff,
Money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all about money. Just
about color anymore. Like it's been not about color because right now they're changing the color of money.
money.
So they don't care about color. You know what I'm saying? They care about the inflow of money and how consistent it's gonna be and how adamant and persistent you're gonna be about bringing in the money.
Correct. It's all about adding value.
Right. So that's the next question right here. And right. So this
okay, we went right into it.
With one of your core values, integrity leads you to add value to the community. So now we're gonna jump right into it because hey, you was already going there, so let's get it. Adding value to the community. What Tiff is doing.
Yeah, that's really something that I guess is now popular to say. But for a long time, people was just calling it like social responsibility.
That's
huh?
That's what they call it.
Yeah, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Your social responsibility. Like when you're making money from a community, you know what I'm saying? I have a responsibility to bring dollars back into the community or bring something back. Equity, something.
Because I was telling the community for so long, and shit, my first few deals was in third world where I was like damaging the community. My other first deals was in South Park in Houston where I was damaging the community. So now I've closed on like multiple trap houses that I used to pull up to, people used to hustle out of that I know. Shootouts and all type of shit took place there, and what I did, I shut those down personally myself by actually bringing cash to the homeowner and shutting them down. And people have remodeled those houses, and now man, they ain't got bullet wounds in them, holes in them, and it ain't people trapping out of them, and it ain't drug dealers or drug addicts up in there. So Cause I'm
And
out
that's
here
good stuff.
to the community like that. You know what I'm saying? After causing so much damage after all these years, you know, I'm extremely proud of what I'm doing. So yeah, go ahead and get to it,
I
man. I
am
just
too. That's good.
what I
I
was doing.
love
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Because I really turned down the community, like for real, for real. And now
Yeah.
I'm a part of the gentrification process. I'm a part of the rebuilding process of the community. I feel happy about that.
I'm happy about it too. That's very good, and the point is, like, if we all kind of did our part like that, it would be less of a weight on the few that are carrying it. There's more that are encouraged to do it, and I think it takes for young people like us for them to see, okay, dang, she doing this. She didn't have to get online and teach us how to do X, Y, and Z, but they'll start seeing images of us,
Right.
which what they need to see more of. The community at large needs to see our people of color adding value to the community. That needs to be the kind of propaganda that's out there.
To our own community. So when you spoke the word teacher, I remember you telling me that you're doing trainings and teachings
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So
yeah,
let's want you to tell everybody what you have going on as far as reaching out to you if they need mentorship and stuff like that.
yeah.
Because we're providing a particular service. And if they need to hear from us because we speak their language and we speak it fluently, and they would rather hear it from us, then I
Right.
definitely would be able to let them know what you have going on as far as mentorship and what you do as far as teaching the community.
Yeah. So, like, just to like talk about like some of the groups I've taught in the past are Nesby's Small Business Academy. They have Small Business University, not Nesby, Urban League's Small Business University. So that's where, like, if you're just starting out in entrepreneurship and you want to get some good foundation up under your belt, that they have a real good program. So I've been able to teach a couple classes there, directly related to Strategize, like a C.F.O. Also Nesby, I mentioned that I've been able to teach the same type of class under their professional development program. So that's engineers. So two totally different groups of people, but the information that I provide in a session or a class, a webinar session, is that of which is tailored to the group. So some of my, like, one recently that I did that was fun. I told you about this one, but this is probably my favorite group so far. Are the herbalists. So the
Oh,
herbalists reached out to me because they have an academy. And so
okay.
a part of that, they're learning about how to price their product, how to, ensure taxes are planned for, how much taxes they'll have to account for, things of that nature. Giving them some basic tools that they can use so they'll stay out of trouble. And then as you continue to schedule time or sessions or webinars, then more value is added there. But that's the way I'm doing it now. So you can
So
reach out to me at TiffaniRobinson.com.
so so are, so you're doing mentorship, right?
I do mainly in class sessions right now. I'm not doing a lot of one-on-one coaching. I
Okay,
have,
you're doing group sessions.
yeah, I'm doing group
Okay,
sessions.
so finish telling them what to get, how to get with you, because I want to make sure that they knew exactly what you had going on.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. It's two ways you can get in contact with me. You can reach me via my website directly, which is TiffaniRobinson.com. There's a nice little page, a nice little button that says contact us, and you can identify what you want there, or the reason you're reaching out to me. And then on social media, on Instagram, I'm at @Tiff the Tax Lady, and then Strategize like a CFO. So those are the two brands you can reach out to me on there. They're all connected to the website and to my business line.
Yeah, I just seen the strategize like CFO, so I'm now following that also. Uh, what,
Okay.
what about LinkedIn, Facebook? Are you branding yourself on any of those other platforms? Twitter. I want everybody to be able to link up with you because everybody have their own way of social networking. So I want to make sure that you're covering all angles and you got bridges going over every river. You know what I'm saying around here.
Yeah. Yeah, most of my website and also my social media pages are interconnected. So when you go to my Instagram page, you can decide to go to the other social media account or to my website. I am on LinkedIn, and a link to my LinkedIn page is also on my website as well. So remember TiffaniRobinson.com, or visit me on Instagram at Tiff the Tax Lady, or Strategize like a CFO, and all roads lead to Tiffani.
So do you have a and that's Tiffany with an I, not with a Y.
It is. It's Tiffani with an I, and people need to know that, because it's a lot of other Tiffanys out here. I'm
Right.
the only special one.
Right. So I just want to let that be understood because most people put the Y on Tiffany. So I want to let my people know that you're a unique individual and you're not like all other Tiffany's. You have the I on the end of your Tiffany. So I feel like they should have that one correct. As far as how to be able to reach out to you. Want them
Right.
spelling it right. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like you when you send me something, you put JOHN, and mine is JONATHAN. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all put that I on the end of my cousin name.
Thank you.
Me
Because it's
wrong.
so important to get a person's name right. It's so important.
Y'all called her out on live, y'all. She just be doing me.
How do you even remember that I do that?
Yeah. So
You
look.
can't see what's in my phone now.
So look. So now you send me an email, and in my email it had how you spelled it. And don't look at it now. We on live. We on live.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, we
That's
on
what be
live.
fucking you up, is how you save somebody information in your email database.
I'm trying to change it now, dude. You got
It is what it is.
Look.
It is what it is.
So look, what platforms are you most active on? Which one you on? Because like you don't have
The
a
most active one. The most active one is Tiff the Tax Lady. I'll be honest. Content is ramping up for both, but Tiff the Tax Lady gets so much more traction, and so you'll see me go live there more often because that audience asks for it. But people are learning more about Strategize like the C.F.O, and when I go live, they're going live there as well. So if you follow both pages and follow my post notifications, you'll just be in the loop.
Right. Now the great thing about YouTube, the YouTube and Facebook, they have it to where you can go live now. So right now we on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, simultaneously. So with that being said, that the audience is able to interact.
Okay.
And, leave comments. You see how we were left comments and stuff.
But see, I couldn't see. I guess I haven't clicked on.
You see it when I pop up. You see it when I put them up. So it's probably because it's not on the computer.
Yeah, on the iPad it shows different. But I see the button at the bottom where its chat is, but I can't see YouTube chat.
Right. So we know that you're about the community and stuff like that. I want to know any advice for our youth.
My advice for youth changes every day. But basically,
I want you to hit us with some for our youth in general, and then I want you to hit us with some for our young black women, our women of color. You know what I'm saying, that need to hear something from a person like you that's an entrepreneur and in the corporate world also. So I kind of want you to give two forms of advice for our youth in general, and then I want you to speak directly to our young women of color out there.
I think for youth, the best thing, like, they have such a strong advantage. I'm thinking like high school level. Like, not to say that there's not a word to be given to middle school or the younger age. That's a different. They'll go through a different time.
Right.
In general.
Accelerate.
Right. But if you're in high school right now, like, you literally have the world at your fingertips. Like, I literally felt like I had the world at my fingertips in 2000. However, it's grown exponentially because of the fact that we're global, and the fact that there's a wealth of information online and it's accessible. And we didn't have that in the 90s or in the early 2000s.
No, but we had it though. Don't get me wrong. We had it right
it went to this degree
before we was about to get out of school. But because what are we?
It was right before we were about to get out, graduate.
Generation X. So it was like right before we was right there when the internet was.
It was just now starting to like be normal for the average person to go online. That was like in our lifetime, which is crazy. But the thing about it is like we didn't have like the level of technology that made it quick and fast for us to absorb knowledge. Like just for example, like your show, we didn't have YouTube. I don't even remember if YouTube was a thing in 2000.
No, YouTube.
But yeah, I don't remember that. I remember Napster. I remember everything else. I don't remember that shit. I remember Black Planet. Like there are things we had, but we didn't have the quick exchange of knowledge and information the way that everybody has today, but let alone a young person that's.
And now it's like your daughter. The crazy thing is, it's like now your daughter can actually have a YouTube channel and blow up at extreme value to the world. I'm talking about
at a young age.
At her age.
At a young age, absolutely right. You know,
and give us that advice. We need that advice for the youth, and then we want you to give our young ones some real advice. Because
I mean, basically, you have the world at your fingertips, so leverage everything. Don't sleep on the fact that it's free info out there. You know, make sure you take a free class, do all that you can, because there's so much free information out there that you can literally be anything you want right now. Like you can be anything you want. So that's really the advice for youth. Like figure out what you want to do or try a bunch of different shit, but now is the good time. Now is a good time to do it.
Yeah, Glenn. Yeah. Appreciate the love, Glenn. So Glenn,
invest in real estate. That's a good one. That's a good one. I would say do that guided. I just had a conversation about this the other day with somebody, because when I bought my first home, I bought it right out of college.
Yeah, I remember
the conventional way.
Right.
And when it came time for me to make tough decisions about my home because of Hurricane Harvey, because of I had to go through that whole process myself, lost 12 stacks, went through the process of the remodification on the loan and how they do that whole process. Like that's not something an 18-year-old is ready for.
Right. But
unless they're coached.
But the thing is, the great thing about investing in real estate, I was teaching Shatar's son. I was actually grooming him to get his first check. You know what I'm saying? But he kept getting in trouble. So Shatar's son is 15 years old, and I was going over there like at the beginning of the year, getting him prepared to be on the phones so I can get him his first real estate check. Because the thing is, with this, you don't need nothing but a phone call, a computer, and a piece of paper. And I could get him his first real estate deal. That's why I was saying give our youth something, because I actually sent him a video. I sent my little 15-year-old nephew a video of this kid, man. He's and I'm gonna say he's a white boy. You know what I'm saying? And he his dad had him in real estate, just doing rehabs and stuff. So this young white kid was 15 years old and started doing wholesale deals. Don't you know that this young boy turned into a millionaire by the time he was 17? So
it's definitely possible.
Right. So I'm talking about just making phone calls and wholesaling houses like what I was doing. So before you 18, you could be doing this, and I was preparing my nephew, man, and like, man,
I totally agree. Like, I agree with you. Like my daughter's thing is, totally different. She'll be coding, and my gift to her is coding and finance. Some shit that we gonna need forever. I'm at my white phone black.
Oh shit.
The computer lab at U of H. Everybody know that lived in the towers at U of H. The computer lab was lit. And you could literally be flirting with a nigga 2 seats down from you on Black Planet in the computer lab in 2000s.
All right, so look, we need you to give us some advice to our young women of color out there. I'm talking about strictly for them, you know, that
the young women of color.
Yeah, you know, something that can't be directly to nobody, can't be directed to anybody but, you know, our young women of color. We need because with social media and social media and reality shows and stuff like that, they're put into the like straight zombie and Twilight mode right now. So I want you to, you know, give our young women like some real advice.
You laughing and I'm
not because like you
I feel you.
I know, like I know what I'm doing as a young entrepreneur and being a mother, you know, and I know, you know, how hard of a worker that you are, you know, as far as making sure, you know, your child has the right upbringing, the right education, and make sure she's in the right place at the right time all the time. So
I totally feel you. You know, so that means I gotta raise a daughter, you know, in this era.
Get our young Black women on some.
Yeah. The first thing is, you know, valuing yourself. I think the moment you can put yourself on a path to recognizing your value, that really changes the trajectory of how you carry yourself, what you dress, how you're seen. And we do live in a time where it's like the you only live once era, or everybody's the BU era. So with the BU era of I'm a woman and I'm free to do this and that, I think feeling liberated is one thing, but carrying yourself like a queen is something else. And I never seen, you know, when you look at images of queens and history and things of that nature, you know, certain queens that we say that we come from, they had an elegance about them. And I feel like value is everything. It's no point in me speaking to career. It's no point in me speaking to any of that, because we've devalued ourselves so much. It don't even matter if you making 6 figures or not. I see all kind of professionals online today not carrying themselves the way that I would have. They're not reflecting the imagery I would want my daughter to emulate. You know what I'm saying? So I think value is big.
Because you can get all the money in the world, but if you done sold your soul, you're still selling your soul. So I get. So you know, with that being said, I want to know about, you know, more stuff you're doing for the community. Do you have any nonprofit organizations going on? Are you affiliated with any nonprofits? You know, shout that out. You know, let us know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I'm affiliated with a couple nonprofits. Some of which I need to renew my membership. So if I shout the name, I don't be mad if my dues is late. They coming. Nigga gotta pay their dues. But no, I'm serious. But Houston Area Urban League is one. Like I say, I've donated my time to them before, but I've also been a member of the professional, the young professionals arm, which is cool. Also, there's, you know, I do some volunteer work for the Houston Children's Course, which my daughter's in, so that's my role there. I do some volunteer work in some other capacities for other organizations that support HISD, some back to school drives and some things of that nature. And with my firm, which is the most fun and I miss right now, we actually had a special group that will go and volunteer at the Ronald McDonald House. I didn't tell you about this. We was going there once a month.
All right. The medical center.
Yeah, that one right there on Holcomb
Bridge. Yeah, Holcomb. Yeah,
on Holcomb. I never knew how that place was really until we got a tour. But we that's a group that I've enjoyed volunteering with because it's professionals, but everybody taking the time to come, and we're actually not just feeding the families there, but actually making the meal together and like real community type stuff. And but that's on the professional side, but that's what I miss doing since we've been out.
Okay.
Since we've been out, I miss doing that. But hopefully I don't know if we'll ever get back to it the way things are.
Yeah, things are crazy right now. So I know you're about personal development and stuff like that. So as far as without getting political or on religion, just something that you're doing for elevation purposes only, or like what books are you reading or listening to? Because there's a such thing called food for thought, and I know that now. At first, I didn't know what food for thought mean, but now I know that you can feed your brain. So yeah, hit us with the books, your
Yeah.
top books that you got going on in your brain right now.
Yeah, the one it's two. I told you I've been reading heavily, but I've been reading a lot of periodicals too because of everything that's going on. I'm like following stories, but these books correlate with what's going on to me. But it's the Naked Capitalist. That's a really good book. I meant to grab that so I could show you what it looked like. If I told you where I found that book, you'd be like, "Dang, how you find that?" But the Naked Capitalist is one, and then the other one is an old book. Let me see if it's behind me. It's not. The Art of War. The
Okay.
Art of War. I just like that book. I every now and again I'll post a quote on my page from that book because I think it's real good.
And who wrote that?
Um,
Do you know who wrote it?
I can't pronounce it. Jean, I got the original and I got the revamped version, but the original is the one where I get to see the Mandarin text in it.
Right.
It's a badass book. I would show it.
It's basically like Robert Greene, 48 Laws of Power.
That's another. You know what? Actually, that's another one, and people can see I quote that a lot on my page because it really.
I don't like a lot of people get that book and they use it for the wrong reasons, and that's why it don't work. You see what I'm saying? So
I agree.
like people use that book for manipulation. You know what I'm saying? So I
I
really don't
agree.
like telling people. Like I don't mind telling people about 48 Laws of Power, but I really don't like telling people about it because some people go into the book and try to pick stuff out of it to use it for evil, and that's when the book don't work. A
That's
lot,
with anything.
a lot of that stuff can backfire on you, and that's what the book will tell you that if you really complete the book and read each story and take it in for what it's saying, and it's
I
telling
agree.
you how to use certain strategies for certain purposes and really not for evil, and certain books like that I don't just recommend them to everybody because everybody is not on the right frequency to take that information and use it properly. Some people are not very good at adjusting to having power. Some people are not used to having power. So that's a powerful book, just like The Art of War is a powerful book. The Art of War is teaching you how to survive our aspect of war, not how to go and be a warrior. And you have to really take the title and reverse engineer it and start it from the ending. So the book Art of War, you have to survive to be able to tell all those stories. So the main thing about the Art of War is surviving war, not being a
Yep.
warrior. So
Yep. I agree.
one of the books that I'm on right now, I'm on Traction because I'm
Okay.
a owner. And I'm running more than one business. So I'm at the point now where I'm trying to make sure I break through the ceiling instead of hitting the ceiling and falling down because you can hit the ceiling and fall down. And my goal
Hmm.
right now is to make sure I break through the ceiling and make sure I become a multi-millionaire very soon. Yeah, y'all looking at a millionaire right now. Goddamn.
Millionaires.
Yeah, millionaires. Yeah, y'all looking at millionaires right now, like big time. Uh, yeah, and I don't bullshit and I don't play no games. When I say some shit, I mean it.
Me
So
either.
Any last advice,
Any last advice?
give everybody something, some that they can take with them, give us some advice.
Stack your cash.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give your coins away. I just thought about that shit today. Your coins. I know
Like
that's random.
like your coins, or
Yes.
yeah,
Don't
okay.
just be trading them in and giving them away. Y'all need to hold on to some of that. But the point is, convert your cash.
You talking about like real coins, or you talking about like,
Yes.
yeah, you talking about the old coins? Don't go
Yes.
sell them, like the ones that's the old coins that you're supposed to keep. That's what you talking about, right?
I'm talking about all coins in general. Like, I know you ain't gonna agree with this, but it's something going on with the coins right now because the mint is shut down, and so they're not printing paper money, but they're also not. They're also the coins are not in production. Yes. So now you see like all the fast food restaurants saying that they'll give you like a free burger for like $5 in coins or some bullshit like that. Thank you, because I was like, it starts with the T. You got it.
Hey, Glenn is very interactive. Every time I'm on my live, Glenn is very interactive, man, and he chime in all the time, man. Big shout
That's
out.
good. I like that.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you, you need to get this platform, and you need to start. If you're using Facebook, you definitely should get on Facebook, and create your
Yeah.
YouTube. You don't have a YouTube. That way, you can put both of these right here together, and that
Yeah.
way your people can start interacting with you, and everybody can see your movements out here as far as with social media. So
Yeah. I
back to
like
that.
it. I love it. I'm gonna use it. I was just talking to my admin about it today. See, I
Okay.
listen. You see what I'm saying? When somebody show me something, I get
Yeah,
on it.
yeah, we got to quickly apply, especially if it's something that's going to help you catapult your brand. And this is one of them. Like I said, you're able to be simultaneously on both of these.
Mm-hmm.
Is that rain?
I can't see. I can't tell.
It sounds like it's raining. We're not that far from each other right now. I'm trying to dodge this rain, man, because,
I
man,
know, but I don't
you
know if
got,
it's raining or not. I can't really tell.
you got a fan on you?
It's a fan above me. My ceiling fan on.
Nah, it sounds like some rain falling or
I
something. So,
would get up, but we on the live.
nah, we ain't got to do that. So, yeah, last advice. You got any more advice?
Last advice, make sure that you're prepared in the financial storm that's coming. You need to have some assets on your plate. My cousin talking about real estate and teaching how to do that. That's something you want to invest into. Right now, you need to be focusing on keeping your weight up. Things are going to change and a lot more. So, make sure you secure yourself. Make sure you have some land, make sure you have some properties.
I
To
just
me, that's a safe place.
and that's why you need to be sitting with me as soon as possible so I can show you what I have going on because within a matter of a couple months I have over $500,000 in property. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, we're gonna talk about it.
That I'm controlling, and it's not the end.
Okay.
Um, it's definitely not the end. It's just the beginning. I'm turning all the way up. And when I say I'm turning all the way up, I'm turning all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, millionaire,
It's happening.
and y'all see my face. I ain't bullshitting at all.
I'm not bullshitting either.
No, I'm talking to the public. I'm letting the public know. Y'all see that the public see my face. I ain't bullshitting at all. And
Yeah.
my people that follow me basically know like I'm not a bullshitter. So just as serious I am in person, like the people know that also. I just did a post today about guns and butter. And
About guns and what?
butter.
Mmm.
So that for those that watch Baby Boy and seen when Vin Rames came and that told the young boy Tyrese like boy you dumbass, it's about guns and butter. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be focused on things that appreciate and hold value. You see what I'm saying? So right
That's
now
accurate.
like right now, I got this 22 karat no cap, and then like this right here is 22 karat gold. You know what I'm saying? It's not 14 karat. This is close to pure gold, and I want to invest in pure gold, but I want to make sure that I want to make sure I can wear it too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's something you can.
Right.
Hey, if you need to, you can cash it in later on down the road.
So with that being said, if you watch any end of the world movie, money. Like, let me show y'all this. And this no cap neither, but I'm gonna show y'all this shit right here. Don't go. These hundreds that ain't gonna mean shit.
It ain't gonna mean nothing. You gotta have some
Hey,
food,
this is
agriculture.
at 10,000, and this is not shit. You know what I'm
It ain't
saying?
gonna mean nothing.
We're trying to go somewhere in the movies and end of the world movies. Then people either show some diamonds or they give some gold to get to the next point to where that they can try to survive. Watch any end of the world movie. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker gonna be like, "What you got?" They're gonna be like, "I don't want that." And then what you'll see, do to take off the rolling watch.
Yep.
Take off the rolling watch that's all gold because it's 18 karat, or you'll see them give a diamond ring or something. He'll make the girl take off the diamond ring or something like that. Watch any end of the world movie. Gold and shit get you places. With that being said, when I got these chains and stuff right here, gold was right about in between 11, because I didn't get them all at the same time, so it was like in between 1,100 to 1,300 ounce.
Okay.
Like I went on that a day, and gold is almost 2,000 an ounce.
1,000.
And I'm like, fuck, I need to go buy me another
Buy some gold.
You know what I'm saying? I need to go holler at my Indian guy. You know what I'm saying? And go and give me another gold chain.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, this is very reminiscent of like my finance class in the 2000s. Mind you, I came out in 05, so we were talking about this kind of stuff back then. I don't know if that was you I was talking about or somebody else, but I was telling somebody like everything that's happening, we talked about in finance, except we didn't talk about the coronavirus. We didn't talk about like a pandemic or nothing like that. But all this other shit, yeah.
But the shit was coming because they showed it was coming with the movie Outbreak. They've been showing
right.
Like,
that wasn't in my finance and in my economics class. You
know they showing you a lot of stuff was coming. So with that being said, we want to let y'all know, you don't get some land. You know what I'm saying? These people ain't building these bunkers for nothing and stuff like that. You're gonna have to get you some property, some stuff that hold value. You see what I'm saying? For one, you may need you some property to grow your own fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of things that are happening right now. That's starting to be scarce on a lot of things right now, and a lot of people not really seeing what's going on. A lot of companies are shutting down, and a lot of people are preparing for the worst right before y'all. So while you're out, fighting over toilet paper and shit like that don't make sense to fight over. There's something that's going on right now where you can't even it's like you can't even, you can barely find a good source of food right now. I eat organic and I'm a vegan, so you got to see how hard it is for me to find high quality food now, seeing that once people need fresh veggies and stuff now, I'm going to the store and they're mixing the non-organic with the organic.
They are definitely doing that without even, and they'll still have a sign up organic, but you got to look at the number.
Yeah, you got to pick up the fruit and look at the sticker. So I've been organic for about 5 years or so now, and I've been vegan for 3 years. You see what I'm saying? So like it's changes that are being seen right now. But the great thing about me is that with me being vegan and me not using a bunch of fruits and vegetables that have preservatives and stuff in it, a lot of my stuff be fresh produce. The thing that's good about that is that a lot of people are not going on the outskirts, they're still going up and down the aisle. So while they're still going up and down the aisle,
that fruits and your produce still. That was my thing when we first went on. When we first started working from home, that was my thing. Because my thing was, I don't know really what's going to happen, but I know I got to be kind of settled in for a couple days because work, school, my daughter's situation, and things like that. But while people were all in the middle of the aisle, You know how quickly it took me to just grab the produce that I normally would grab. I'm just now more intentional about saving my seeds. I'm very intentional about that now. I'm growing my container garden now.
You trying to be like you trying to do some Noah's Ark right now. You see what I'm saying?
I'm saving my seeds. It don't matter what it is. I'm saving the seeds along with practicing and growing what I got. Now I got me some. Did I show you I got some purple bell peppers?
And people don't know that a lot of foods been changed. It's a lot of foods y'all don't even know that's supposed to be a whole nother type of color. But that's why we're not gonna have to do another interview.
Yeah, that's a different conversation, really, because I'm getting off into that.
So y'all, this is all the last advice we're gonna give y'all, man. There's a lot of stuff going on, and y'all need to start preparing for it because just open your eyes and make sure you walking around with your eyes open. You're not walking around with your eyes closed. Even a blind man can actually see what's going on right now, and it don't look too good. But you can always make the best happen out your scenario. So make sure that you're aware of going on. So like with this real estate business, I haven't been watching any TV for about a year and some change now.
You don't need to.
Yeah, I haven't been watching TV, so I've been like head down, kind of focused on what I have going on, and once I open my eyes up to everything that's going on, I'm like, shit, there's a lot of shit happening. So I had to put my head back down and make sure I stay focused and start getting the things that appreciate value as quick as possible because we don't know where things are headed, and make sure you end up on top because it's a storm coming. There's a storm already here.
Happening, yeah.
And then the crazy thing about this storm right here, this is not just something between a country or two. This is something that the whole world is dealing with. Right now, we are a part of a moment in history that is going in the books, and everybody that's living right now is actually a part of this whole thing. And this is right now, and this is the world is going through. So something that the world is going through, like this is a crazy moment right here that everybody is witnessing.
Yeah, so, it is crazy nonetheless. But thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah. So again, we want to let everybody know the best way to reach out to you, and give it to them. What's the best way to reach out?
Follow me on Instagram at Tiff the Tax Lady. Tiff the Tax Lady. That's an easy way to find me. You can go to my website from there. You can book an appointment from there, or you can call me from there. So that's a good, easy access point. Or you can visit my website, TiffaniRobinson.com. That's TIFFANI, my full name, Robinson.com. So I'm Tiffani with an I.
Not with a Y.
Yeah, Tiffani with an I.
But nice try. So, got a question.
What?
Are you single, married? What's going on with Tiff personally? Are you single? Are you married?
Yeah, I'm single.
Okay, so Tiff is also single. So make sure if y'all are in the where are we? We're in Houston, right?
We're in Houston, Texas.
Yeah. So Tiff the Tax Lady's in Houston. She's single and she bought her business. Make sure you have your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Because she got a cousin that ain't playing no games about it. You know what I'm saying? But make sure, y'all do reach out to her. She got a lot going on. And hey man, she's about adding value. So make sure, y'all tap into whatever she has going on because she's full of amazing wisdom and things of that nature. And hey, she can make sure you catapult your business into the right direction because she's all about, the finance game.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That was very nice.
So
I really felt like I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I appreciate you for being on the show. So this is Level Up TV Presents, and we have Tiff, A.K.A. the Tax Lady, on here.
It was nice. Thank you guys.
All right. So we out of here. We'll holler at y'all. We out. Peace.
Peace.